You're watching BSB TV, your new home for rock and metal television.
Danny Marty Ray, we are
live.
Blasko, what do you reckon? Air horn or a wah-wah?
Air horn.
Hey, it's been a while, Danny.
I like that. We should do that going forward. Get the guest to answer. You don't get to decide.
Yeah, I have this thing about, it's been like welcome in everyone, by the way. I've had this thing about giving Danny a wah-wah for like about 12 weeks non-stop, like every episode. Like it doesn't matter what he does, I'll find a reason to wah-wah him. The wah-wah noise will come out at some point, I am sure. But welcome on in to all of you in chat. Blasko, welcome to your very first BSB TV. This is our 146th Thursday episode, which is insane.
Which means we've been doing this way too long.
Well, we're coming up to our 3-year birthday next month. No, not next month.
We are.
September.
Yep.
September.
That's crazy. Absolutely.
Congrats.
I feel like,
thank you,
Rob. I feel like we should get like pictures of us from 3 years ago, where I didn't have grey in my beard, and I pretty much didn't have a beard. I've just grown it like out of necessity from doing this. Danny didn't look any different. The man doesn't age. But welcome on into everybody. This is a kick-ass episode. We have 9 tracks plus a Blossom Sessions to play for you today. We also have included within those 9 tracks, we have an exclusive premiere. I need an ooh button. I don't have an ooh button. I've got
the wow button.
From our good friends at Haunter. Blasko, they wanted to premiere this track in front of you. They don't care about me and Danny. They was just like, we want Blasko to hear this first before anyone else.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
They have pre-warned me. So Haunter are amazing, right? And I'm just talk about them really quick. They normally do really theatrical videos, like very like Rob Zombie-esque in a way, and it's really fucking cool. And they went, this is a live video. We did it at a festival. And I was like, well, you know what? It's going to be just as cool. And I'm really excited about seeing it. I've actually held off from watching the video. So, yeah, it's been pretty good. At the end of the stream, you guys in the chat are going to get to pick your track of the week. There is a vote. There's 2 semi-finals and a final. It's really straightforward. That will be our track of the week. Blasko is going to pick his favourite song that he hears today. Now, I just want to preempt this. Every track on here is solid. So it's you're all winners anyway. But Blasko will pick his favourite, and then that will create an industry pick. Those 2 songs, so the industry pick and the track of the week, will go forward to next week's track of the month stream, where me and Danny, it's just me and Danny, and we give away I think it's just over or just under $2,000 worth of band goodies and services, including PR campaigns, Spotify playlisting, custom merch for your band as well, all printed and sent to you. And don't worry, there's no delivery fees. Me and Danny take care of that. I make Danny put in extra shifts just to cover if we have to send overseas, but we get there. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a good time. It's Maz just said, I don't see Sapphire in the chat. What is going on? I just need to know.
Sapphire, where you at?
You know, we have an MVP of stream every year, Blasko, and it's our good friend John, who is known as Hangin'. You'll never hear me call him John other than just then. And him and Sapphire are competing for the MVP of the chat this year. There is a trophy and everything that is now going to be circulating around. So I don't know how we're going to register the metric this year, because they're neck and neck at the moment. But I think we'll go for who's annoyed Danny the least. Night Day, thank you so much for the follow as well.
Thank you.
Rob, are you ready to go into your first track on BSB?
Let's do it. Do we know the name of the band?
You have it all. You have everything. Are you making notes?
I will make notes.
Love it. So I'll tell you the name, and then if you need anything, I'll show you. I'll send it in the chat or something on Zoom, so you've got everything that you need. But our first track today is the incredible Rin Rin with Washed. It is a still image. I know this song too well.
I really like a slime. I've lost track of the time. Is it January? No, it's fucking April. I've got a posture that's fucking fine, and I'm going cross-eyed. Well, fuck. Am I running my with a video?
She's just got such a great vocal.
Running my brain. Think I'm going insane. So where's my fucking vape? I can't stop my addiction. I can't change my condition. All of my life stuck in the same place, wasting my time. Hope it's just a phase. Try to be a bit stronger. Try to stand a bit taller. I can't take it any longer. I'm feeling washed out. Washed out.
A little bit, Chris. A little bit.
I can't take it any longer.
I'm making
What a
sure
way
that
to
stopped.
start.
I was so careful that it didn't go into track 2 straight away. I was like, so Rin Rin is an artist that like I'm a massive fan of. Away from BSB, like Rin Rin is someone that I discovered from doing BSB from one of our Australian streams back in like last year at some point. And ever since then I've been hooked, and everything that she releases is just incredible. And it does. Someone put Broom in the Horizon, and I'm like, if we ever get Ollie Sykes on this stream, he's got to hear this, because this is definitely what Bring Me are going for as well. But there's also, and I'm trying to think of the name of the band. There's like an indie band from like the mid 2000s who has a really similar clean vocal, especially on the talking bit. You know, it's like, is this fucking is this February? No, it's fucking April. And I can't think for the life of me who it is that she reminds me of, but there is someone, and it'll, you know what will happen at 2 o'clock in the morning tonight. I'll go, that's who it was. But it reminds me of that. But the chorus of this song's brilliant, and also I think it was really clever to put a Fortnite Rage Quit, I think it was, at the beginning, because you know, video games are popular right now, aren't they? So
recognizable.
Exactly. Rob, what did you think to your first track?
Yeah, so Rin Rin, R-I-N-R-I-N.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was really cool. I mean, I suppose, like with anything like this, whenever you hear a song that's open to critique, like the song's already done. So like if I go like, oh man, like I totally wish that they would have done something different here, you know.
Yeah.
It like they can't be done, right? Because it's too late, you know. But like, so I went to Warped Tour last weekend, and I left there with this thought of like, man, there's got to be a band that like writes songs specifically for the live festival environment, right? Like most bands write and record songs, and then if they're lucky enough, they have the opportunity to play them in front of people. But if we're thinking about like rock and metal, there's moments in their music that psychologically and physically creates this output from the audience that gets them to sing along, circle pit, wall of death, right? Like punch each other, whatever. But there's like this moment where they get triggered to do something physical, right? And anyway, my long way around this is like, this feels like 80% perfect to be written specifically for a festival like audience, to where like you could really get them to kind of sing along with that pre-chorus part. And like I feel like you could really elaborate on the sort of catchiness, the sort of staccato-ness and preciseness of the rhythmic feel of the song, you know?
Yeah.
And like really, and you really engage people to physically engage and with a song like this. It's just that the chorus kind of it pulls me out of what could have been something that's like super specifically unique. And when it goes into the singy chorus, I just go like, metalcore. Like I'm just like, like, you know, it kind of like took me out of it. Whereas up until that point, like I was, wow, I go, this is like something that I was envisioning, something that's specifically written to psychologically and physically engage with the giant festival size audience, you know?
Yeah.
But then, like I said, the chorus kind of didn't really do it for me. But
do you feel like with a chorus like this, like, because I fucking love this chorus, like that's something I think you, as listeners, we always kind of go straight back to a chorus. I think that's it's obvious that that's what a chorus is there for. But do you think that the chorus is? I personally am getting like the chorus is necessary because then you're going to get those sing along moments that. You know, you're going to get the freak out in the pre-chorus. You're going to get people building up to it, and then you're going to get that sing-along, and then you're going to go back into that kind of psychedelic moment of building up and freaking out again. And I don't know whether or not songs...
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess to me, it's just, the chorus is just this sort of melodic chorus that could be any kind of thing that doesn't really say anything because it's like, oh yeah, the melodic chorus, and then I check out, you know. Whereas I understand what you're saying, to where it's like the melody pulls you out of the rhythmic side of it, to where whenever it goes back into it, it's kind of more, it's more impactful when it goes into that. But like me personally, like I would reduce it considerably, and if you have to have a melodic moment, then make it to where it isn't just some color by numbers specific kind of chorus. Do something melodic, but do something melodic that is maybe more repetitive or different, or not.
What the
just
effing
so,
fuck
like,
was that?
Sorry,
you know,
thanks, Ice Cube.
So anyway, that's. But I like 85% loved it.
Yeah. I'm going to say, do you know what? I'm going to get you on a... No, I can't do that. I was going to get you on a percentage chart for the show. But no, this is why we do this, because that was fantastic as well, like that feedback. Because I think... And everybody resonates with tracks differently. And this is something that... I think if we were all the same, music would be boring. And we'd all be
the
listening.
world would be fucking boring, for starters.
Yeah, we'd all be in the pop world. Sabrina Carpenter. She's smashing it at the moment, though. You can't fault those numbers, tell you.
Oh, she is.
Danny, give me a final word from you on the track.
Yeah, I mean, an absolutely huge Rin Rin track. Another really, really, really strong one out of her arsenal. I think this...
What the effing fuck was that?
Vocals.
Ice Cube, thank you.
Thank you. Phenomenal vocals. I definitely got the Bring Me vibes. I've got to agree with that. And I saw Chris mention in the chat that he was getting some Scene Queen vibes as well. And
the Scene Queen's a good shout.
I think
on this
in
one.
Places, I can hear that.
Yeah.
I think like predominantly it's more, I'm swaying more towards Bring Me, but I can hear Scene Queen as well. It's chaotic, it's brutal, it's catchy, and it's epic all at once. So what's not to love?
Cool. Right, track 2
What the effing fuck was that?
Ice Cube, thank you. That's all three of us have been interrupted now. I like it. Next up, then, we got Heartsick with Debt to Pay.
None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you.
Andrew Bowers, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you.
This does slap. HHHH this. You're not wrong. Cool. I was gonna say, yeah. Callie loves bugs. Thank you so much for the follow. Drummer's insane. Nice, Keith. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you. Some cool edits there as well.
I was going to bring that up straight away. The videographer on that video shoot, huge kudos to you on that, because that was a brilliantly well done edits on that video. Weirdly, it looked like a house that I shot a music video in an abandoned house once. And the weird thing about that is that house isn't abandoned anymore, but it looks like the spitting image. At one point, I was like, hang on a sec, we fucking filmed it like, but this was like 6 years ago. I absolutely love this. It was, it's weird because it was something, it's almost like we scripted Blasko's response to the last track, because I wasn't taken out of that at all from the start to the finish. That knew it was guttural, it was dark, it was just all the way, stank face all the way through. And yep. At one point, I thought they're going to lighten up. They're going to go for something really melodic here, and they didn't.
What the effing fuck was that?
Thanks, Ice Cube. And I absolutely love it for that, because it was harsh all the way through. It's almost a Kill Switch vibes. I'm really getting that as well. But it's just got that real hardcore vibe underneath it, and I think that was really cool. The tones of the guitar were just dirty. And yeah, and I just want to shout out the drummer, who was basically a ragdoll. I'm pretty sure he wasn't human. Savage, thank you so much for the follow as well. Go on, Blasko, what do you think?
I liked it. I mean, look, I'm no authority on breakdown core. And so I don't know if this is bringing anything new to the table at all, but clearly it was extremely well executed. If I was going to nitpick at all, it felt like it could have been just a little bit shorter. Like by the time that they got to the breakdown and they were lighting themselves on fire and turning into skeletons and stuff, like I would have liked to have seen that a little sooner, because it kind of felt like if it's just one gigantic, guttural, brutal breakdown, like it could have either done something different, or it could have just moved through a little quicker, But I really liked it. I thought the video was great. And the only thing that I'm nitpicking on, and it's not on this band, it's just in general, that my general pet peeve of all things in music is whenever someone in the band that isn't the singer sings the lyrics, like lip syncs the lyrics along to the song. That drives me personally crazy. but other than that, I thought it was really good.
I'm just imagining you at like a Rob Zombie show, like just about to like literally going, oh, I want to sing along to this so bad, and then you're like,
totally right.
I fucking can't. I can't. I'll
Nope.
hate myself for it. Like I just can't do it.
Nope. That's totally right. You're 100% right.
And you
I
know what?
catch myself doing that all the time. Like I really want to sing this lyric right now because it feels like the right thing to do, but I will look like an idiot if I do. So.
I just imagine like you're like, I'm gonna do it. Oh no, shoot! They're shooting a DVD today, aren't they? I can't have that documented.
No. It'll end up on YouTube, and I'll be cursed forever.
Wait, is that? I can't even see. I can't even read. Basically, I'm just quote Ravenheart. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, wicked track.
What
Danny,
the effing fuck was that?
As well, Danny, give us a final word.
Lots of grit and power behind this, brutality on the scream, some really, really cool guitar work in there, and I thought the music video matched up really well with the track itself, with the quick cuts and the edits following the flow, and you know, it was badass to see all the fire effects at the end as well. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, solid. I will say, you know, singing along, lip syncing aside, I love that all the band were having a great time with the video. I think they were all giving it 110%. And we talk about this a lot, about we watch performance videos where the band are just statically stood there. And you're like, if you're doing that on a video, you may be the most energetic band live, but new audiences aren't going to want to come and watch you because they're just going to think you stood there. So to see them all going for it is massive. Next up then, we got Winterwell with Shallow. It's almost like Underoath and Hawthorne Heights had a baby. It is.
Main fish, that's very true. I'll give the shout out after the song.
To know the answers.
feel sometimes is not meant to leave you broken, but rather break you open.
They went deep at the end there. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Under Oath meets Hawthorne Heights for me. I've got one tiny criticism, and it's only being it's a vocalist thing. I wish the vocals were just up a tiny bit more on the chorus because the chorus was so big. Just a little, just a turn of the knob, like But other than that, I fucking love this. Like so much. This is a Warped Tour band, and I was gonna ask Rob, and I will ask you in a moment, who you saw at Warped Tour. I obviously know one band, but other than that, I wondered
what the effing fuck was that?
Thank you so much. But yeah, I thought the chorus was big. I thought it went in the right place. I thought the use. I love it when a lyric video keeps itself simple. I feel like sometimes people overcomplicate lyric videos. If you're putting out a lyric video, I still feel like there's a purpose for them, but keep it simple, just like this was. Use some powerful imagery that was done here, but main focus, keep those lyrics coming, and it just worked really well. This is the sort of song that I imagine going off live, like, you know, everyone's getting involved. There is sing-along moments. There is moments to punch Danny in the pit. It's what you want to see. So I really like this track. Blasko, what did you think?
You know, I'm not a melodic chorus hater because it's going to start to sound repetitive. But for instance, like, this reminds me of music that I love, which is like that sort of post-punk era of, like, say, Snapcase or Comeback Kid, right? And like, when I think of Snapcase, like they could have pulled this song off without the melodic chorus, and it would have been. And I almost feel like this was there. There was like this moment in the pre-chorus when I was like, "That's good enough," and then they had to go melodic, and I was like, "Oh," like it felt a little forced to me, you know. I just kind of wish it was sort of more like a Snapcase sort of era of kind of, you know, bringing that back, sort of attaching themselves more to that kind of thing, because you know, that band isn't around anymore, you know. And so there's a whole new generation that could get into something like this, but that's my only thing. I really liked it, and I really like sort of the tonality and sound of this era, and it is kind of prime to bring something like this back with fresher, you know, younger perspective. I just for some reason that the melodic chorus just kind of threw me off.
Do you know what, though? It's interesting because, again, like, for me, I listen and I'm like, that chorus was huge, and this is why I love, and again, I say this all the time, how subjective music is and why we all pick up on different things, but it's just, the insight is so wonderful, Rob, that you're giving, and it's just, the bands are taking this on board so nicely in the chat as well, which is great. It's exactly what we want, you know. I do need to give a shout out really quickly, Blasko, to my next door neighbour, Jazz and Alan, who are watching for the first time today because you're on. Jazz literally, Jazz literally has. It's not they're going to think I'm awful now for saying that, but I told them that you were coming on, and Jazz was like, "Oh my god," because she's got Dead Girl on her knuckles. So
okay,
yeah. So she was like, "Oh my god, please!" Yeah, that's that. Yeah. So I just want to give them a shout out. Thank you so much for watching. I think they're thingy in it. Well, I can't think of the word. It's on the TV, so they're casting it to the TV.
That's cool.
So
yeah,
which will mean their daughters will probably be sitting there watching, forcing them to watch it as well, unless they're in bed. But yeah, that's really cool. Thanks for coming, stopping in, guys, as well.
You know what I got to say too, just real quick, is that, you know, I've never watched this show before, and I don't know you guys, right? We're just meeting for the first time and doing all this, and so whenever I was like, "Oh yeah, this sounds like fun," I got to be honest, man, my level of expectation for what the bands were going to be was considerably lower than what you've been playing. Like, we're like 3 songs in, and I was like, all these bands are really great. Like, and so, but it just kind of a sign of the times, to where the ability to make great music and record music that's sonically competitive with everything else, like whether it's Turnstile or whoever is sort of relevant or whatever, like this stuff is in sonically in line, right? Like with anything that is with popular and getting buzz, right? Like this is all recorded, written at the level of successful bands. And I just want to say that I'm kind of surprised, but this is sort of I think this is kind of a bit of the problem is that because everyone has the ability to be so great, it's like, what are you going to do differently that's gonna rise you above the competition, that's going to rise you above the noise, right? Like if everyone can be great, then how can you be greater?
Yeah.
So
you're absolutely
Exactly.
100. I said to you, didn't I, before we went live, I said, and I don't mind saying it in a public space, it's like we created this because we saw this problem that you've just highlighted there. And sometimes bands are great, they just don't know how to get themselves out there and do something different and do something where they can put themselves in the limelight. And that's one of the reasons why we created BSB, and this was the method we wanted to go down. We are really blessed. We get like between 200, we can now officially say we get between 200 to 1,000 submissions every week, which is mental. And we also made this crazy promise from day one that we would listen to every single submission.
You guys are crazy.
Well, Danny now does, this is Danny's full-time gig. Like Danny left the corporate world to do this because he didn't want to come home at 5-6 o'clock in the evening and listen to bands. Not that he loves listening to bands, but it's a lot, and we love doing it. And yeah, I mean, not everything we get sent is good, I'll be honest. I mean, there's a band, I'm not going to name them, that's really cruel, but they submit every week to come on our show, and you just couldn't play it, and you lot in the chat would tear it apart, and it's awful because how do you then go back to that person? And it's
about us doing as much of a service for the bands and artists as we can, and that they're going to be happy with from their side as well. So it wouldn't do them any justice. If we played a band that wasn't up to that standard, then that's going to hurt them as much as it would hurt the platform. So it's that's kind of a two-sided thing.
That's the thing, is the digital footprints there then, and I just think that bands sometimes need to learn that. That's a big lesson in my opinion to learn. Please don't put anything out that you're not 100% happy with, because once it's out there, it's fucking out there. And then the other thing that I've had, and Blasko, I'm sure you'll understand this as well, I had an argument once with someone who's really, really, really well known in the music industry, who's in a very big band but got very big in the early 2000s, and they said that if they were to do a band now, because they know that you can't really go to Warped Tour and Flyer, bearing in mind this was before Warped Tour decided to have a comeback, but you can't do stuff like that. What they would do is they would Facebook inbox all of their friends to get them to go and like and listen to their band. And I said, but you can't do that. Yes, I can. Like, no, you can't, because you're actually, that's an invasion of privacy. Do you like it when someone knocks on your door trying to sell you something, And no, I don't like that. And you're doing the same thing. Someone's inbox is that. So you do need to get creative. And TikTok's made that, in my opinion, even harder, because now everyone's doing the same videos. Like, I don't know how many times I see bands do that. I'm posting my video until Rob Zombie sees it, for instance. And, those sort of like viral clips. And it worked for the first 5, 10, 15, 20 bands that did it. But now you've got 2 million and artists trying that.
Oversaturation, which is the issue. And it goes back to what Blasko just said. It's about cutting through the noise. You might have all of the talent there, you might have all of the resources, but how do you cut through the noise and make yourself stand out?
100%. Danny, can you give me a final word on Winterwell, please?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. They've got some fantastic, gritty lyrical content in that track, which I really enjoyed. The verses were really heavy and awesome, with a ton of bark and bite behind them. And then you've got that contrast in the chorus, which is obviously more melodic and catchy, but it didn't feel like it was too much of a departure from the verses either, at least to me. So yeah, solid.
Now, from what I know about this next track, I hope Reaction Management are in the chat to let me know if I'm right with this. I believe they're all 16, 17 years old. Now, we work with a company called Reaction Management, Blasko, that provide us with bands on their roster to like showcase in front of people. And these are one of the ones that we don't, this is going to sound awful, we don't have to listen to because we know the quality's right, because they've done a quality control before, they've worked with them. And when he sent this through and said these guys are like 16, 17, I went, I'm not going to listen to it, because I want I want to be completely surprised. I want to be completely blown away or not. Who knows? We don't know how this is going to go. But I mean, it's probably going to be one of those things where I sit and go, oh God, I wish I was that talented when I was a teenager. But this is 316 with pins and needles. Yeah, straight away.
Wow.
CJ, I thought you were well younger than that, I'm not going to lie. And that is why I have to listen to the tracks before. That scream was well worth it though. Wow. Years old.
Insane.
Blasko, I talk about this when I was a little bit younger than 16. So I got into music. I went into a band when I was 14, and I was a choir singer before then, and I went on holiday with on vacation with some family friends, and they introduced me to The Offspring and Slipknot, and I was like when I was about 11. And we became really, really good friends. And I ended up, through these holidays and stuff, meeting just different people. Because every year we'd go on vacation all together. And we started this band with one of the guys we met. and I said I could sing, and he was like, okay, you got to join my band. Yeah, they were all like 18, and I've always kind of looked a little bit older until I still look older than I am, fucking hell. And I wrote this song about this Irish girl that I met on one of these vacations, and it, no word of a lie, when I met a girl called Shauna, I fucked her in the sauna. And I thought it was the best lyric ever, and we wrote a song around it and everything. And I think back to that moment going, that was fucking horrendous, but every kid does stuff like this, don't they? When they're a teenager, they're writing stuff like this. No, apparently they can write really good shit, basically.
This is like a masterclass in lyricism. It's just brilliant.
This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I loved everything about the track. I loved the rawness of the production on it. The only thing I would have done maybe is added a couple of harmonies on the cleans, but that's just my personal preference. If I had my own way in the studio, I would put harmonies on absolutely fucking everything, because I love harmonies and I love the way that they sound. But this was really fucking good, and to be able to do this at 16, you think about what they're going to be able to do when they're 18, 20, 25, you know, once they've learned more technique and they've grown as a band. The future's extremely bright, and I believe they're already out there on the show circuit around the UK as well. I've seen, when I was looking them up yesterday, I'd seen that they've been playing some shows with like We Are Sovereign, for instance, Danny, and bands like that as well, which is really fucking cool. And yeah, for a lyric video again, thank you for keeping it simple, because I don't know why I was thinking of the movie Sinister when I was watching the lyric video. And do you remember that movie?
Vaguely.
You know, it's the movie where they find the movie tapes in the attic, and he plays them, and eventually the entity keeps getting closer, and then eventually, and it kind of reminded me of that, and I thought that was really cool. Blasko, what did you think?
Well, knowing that they're 16, there's some leniency there, and I mean that very literally. Whenever I was 16, my band, Cryptic Slaughter, was signed to Metal Blade Records, and we put out our first record whenever we were 16 years old. And to be totally fair, we weren't much better musicians than these guys are at 16. You know, you're 16, right? So, I think that the thing that we had is that, first of all, it was 1986. So it was easy to be in front of stuff in 1986 because it was a lot, less crowded of a scene. And we were noted as the fastest band on the planet. Like, our drummer played like super duper fast, faster than anyone. And so that was kind of like our kind of thing, right? But we weren't very good. It was just that we had a cool name, and the drummer played too fast. And so it became this thing that was popular, But like with this, I think there is room to grow. There's certainly a seed of things. The singer could take some singing lessons, I think would be helpful, because if you're going to want to have melodic, once again, I'm hating the melodic chorus, but if you're gonna have a melodic chorus, you better know how to sing. And this sounds like he could use some training. Like, the melody I thought was good. It's just that the execution felt a little low in experience, And then once again, I would critique the drummer, because I didn't really like the drums. They felt like not so in tune with the music. Like, they weren't all that locked in. But I'm being lenient because my band at 16, we were also not locked in and not very great. But the vibe was there. And I think in this case, the vibe is there. Even though maybe the technical abilities got some room to grow, I do believe that the vibe is intact. Yeah.
I think what we've learned here is that all of you lot didn't grow up meeting a girl called Shauna.
No.
Which is why I ended up, The fact that, I love that, everyone gets this opportunity when they're this age of, like 316, they can do this. I can see the potential, and I think sometimes that's that's a really hard thing to see in a band. But we've had it a lot here on BSB. We've even had it in the 3 years we've been going. We've had bands that like they came to us 3 years ago and we didn't vibe massively with a track, and then 3 years later, like they're now kicking ass and doing stuff, and a lot of them, they come back and they're like, yeah, we took on board what you said and we moved forward. 316 I'm already vibing with, so the fact that I'm already vibing with this track and I can feel the potential, and I think me and Blasko picked up on something very similar there. Like for me, I'm like, how would you make those cleans stronger? I'm like, put some harmonies on there. That would thicken it. That would thicken it a little bit. And I agree with you. Like being told that you need singing lessons sometimes might be like, oh my god, but every singer, I guarantee you, on the planet, be it, you know, your favorite artist or someone who's trying to make it in the scene, will book singing lessons at some point. I do singing lessons from time to time. I'll be honest, I need to do more. It's something that I do when I get the chance to do it, and I enjoy doing them, and they're actually really good fun. And my teacher, I can Pit Marsh, by the way, I can put you in touch with. He's an absolute legend. But he, you know, he teaches you some really cool little techniques that you can just do around the house as well. You don't need to like spend hundreds on it, but it would really take your cleans to that next level, because you've got a voice and that voice is there. This is about perfecting that.
It's working with the foundation and building that up.
Do you know, Night Day just said, Riley, do you want cookies or brownies or something when I get time? You will deserve them. Wait, I want cookies and brownies. That sounds amazing. But yeah, it's such a, like, I am so fucking impressed that these guys are 16. I mean, like,
you know, the only problem is, I agree with you. I agree with you. Like anyone 16, like, you know, the potential problem is that 16 years old is a bad age, because it's like, you know, with Cryptic Slaughter, it's like we started off at 16, and by the time we were 18, we had toured and put out 3 records. But guess what happens at 18 years old? You graduate high school and you have to get a job, you have to move out of your parents' house, right? Like there's all these adult responsibilities. It's awesome whenever you live at home and you're 16 years old and you're in a band, because you have all the time in the world. But whenever you get to 18, the true test is, can you still be a band? Or do dudes start peeling off because I'm not, my mom says I need to have a career in music in metal is tough, or like I really love my girlfriend and she doesn't want me playing in a band, you know.
Oh, these are we've all
you know,
we've been there.
Yeah, these are all, it's tricky moments to navigate through at 16 years old. So do these guys have the ability to stand the test of time and still be doing it when they're 19 years old? You know, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Memphis, thank you so much for the sub. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Danny, give me a final word.
Yeah, I think there's an incredible amount of talent for a band of their age here. I was really impressed by that. I think they've got some really evocative lyricism, which really visualizes like the storytelling aspect of the track. There's a huge amount of potential going forward for them here, and I think especially if they pick up on tonight's advice, they're only going to grow and get better. So I'm stoked to see it. Yeah.
Blasko, quick question for you before we go to the next track. You've done some really, really, really cool shit since, well, being 16. Repo, the Genetic Opera, is my partner's favorite movie of all time, favorite musical, favorite everything. She absolutely fucking loves it.
Okay.
Yeah, like you wrote some incredible songs on that soundtrack, and I mean, how was that? Like, because obviously, it wasn't too far fetched from doing anything Rob Zombie related, but it's still. I mean, I can write music. I don't think I could ever write a musical. Like trying to fit the storyline so intricately into the songs. I mean, how was that as an experience?
Repo is interesting because it has such a cult following. Like there's people like you that are familiar with it, and then there's the majority of people that are like, I don't know what you're talking about. But the people that know about it are obsessed about it.
Yeah.
I don't have a great story like a lot of my friends were working on it, and they're like, "Oh, you got to come into the studio and play some bass on stuff." And I was like, "Okay." And then so I just went in and just improvised stuff, and then they cut it up, and then it kind of ended up in there or whatever. So I don't really have a great story with that, but other than everyone was cool, and I like that I'm attached to it because it is such a cool niche cult thing. So
it's got, like, you're absolutely spot on. I mean, I'd never heard of it until I'd met my partner, and then she was like, "You ever seen Reaper?" And I was like, "I don't know what that is." And she showed me, and I remember the first run through, and I'll be honest, the first run through, I did what everybody does in 2024, 2020, I can't remember, probably 2022 actually. And I watched it with my phone in my hand, and I did not appreciate that movie at all. And then we rewatched it, and my phone was the other side of the room, and I fell in love with it. And I think that's, please, just, I urge anyone now, when you next watch a movie, leave your fucking phone alone. Just put it somewhere that you can't. I watched Happy Gilmore 2 on the weekend, and I did exactly that because I wanted to appreciate it. And I knew if I had my phone there, I'd be like, because you just do, and it sucks about this era that we do that. But yeah, please.
I watched that too. It was the most ridiculous, stupid, but absolutely amazing movie. So. Yeah,
it was something. It was definitely it was so bad it was good. It was that sort of movie. Have you seen it yet,
Exactly.
Blasko? Happy Gilmore 2?
I have not, but I definitely plan on seeing it.
Yeah, we won't give anything away. No spoilers here.
Okay.
But
yeah,
it's one of those movies. Just it's fun. All right, it's fun, and it's what I think it deserves it to be. I think it's probably the best.
It paid the homage to the original that I wanted it to. So
okay, fair.
Happy with.
Yeah. My favourite character's still on the first movie though, on Happy Gilmore, because it makes me think about it. Every time I think of Happy Gilmore, is that woman that goes, "Mister, Mister," and she drops the air conditioner.
Right.
I can't help but laugh when I think of that moment. Right, so we are at that all. I don't know. We did final word. We did, didn't we? We did indeed.
Yeah,
we did. Right, so we're at that all important moment where we're going to go down what we call Premiere Alley, where we've got an exclusive premiere for all of you in the chat. Now, while this plays, we give the band the opportunity to take front and center. So our cameras will disappear off screen while you guys watch this. But I hope you enjoy. This is the incredible Haunter with the Dark Fantasy.
Darker images from the imagination.
Congratulations, Haunter, on an absolute banger as always. I laughed at when it first started because I was like, didn't mean to segue the repo chat like right before this song, because this wouldn't have gone out of place on some of the soundtrack for that. And then I was sitting there thinking, I was like, you know, if Haunter did like a full-on conceptual musical album, like, and they did it based on like a story that they had, I think they could pull it off with their sound really nicely.
Yeah,
big chorus, really catchy. Festival looked like a lot of fun. I love the fact, I'm assuming the guys in the Hawaiian shirts and stuff were the bachelor pie you were talking about, and you've got them in your video, so that, you know, even better. And it just looked like a good time. And again, it's not the theatrical sort of video that we used to from Haunter, but it still had that Haunter vibe to everything, you know?
Yeah, there was definitely still that theatrical vibe there. It was there.
Blasko, what do you think?
The song was interesting. It went a lot of places. It wasn't formula. It wasn't like anything that we've listened to that was kind of very sort of specifically rooted in a formatted genre. So with the song, I have no issues. What I have tremendous issues with was the video. Everything about the video I did not like, because if I would have seen something that was not so revealing, then I could have had my own imagination of what this was. Because, you know, in a lot of ways, you know, like what kind of going back to what we're talking about is like trying to rise above, right? Trying to get above the noise. How do you get attention? How are you able to be loud enough to be heard over the tremendous amount of music that is being flooded into your phone? And I just thought it was really too revealing. Like, I didn't really like the way that the band looked. It didn't necessarily line up with the way that I would have envisioned it if it was, say, more of a lyric video or a visualizer. I would even probably go more visualizer on something like this. But like playing in the daytime at a street fair to like kids and dudes in Hawaiian shirts and stuff, it just kind of says like you're not really popular yet, you know? And then the like the logo with like the fangs and stuff, like I don't like, the logo looks sort of kind of cheap, and then the fangs, like I don't understand how the fangs have anything to do with it, you know? And but so I would have liked to have not seen any of that, and I probably would have a completely different perception of what this song could represent or who the audience could be, or, you know, and whatnot. But yeah, I like the song, hated the video.
I think and I'm sitting there going, I so want you to watch one of their other videos, because they've done a really good job at creating their own sort of like multiverse within their music videos, and it's very conceptual.
This is very like left field for them,
which is
like
why my comment was like, it still felt a little bit Haunter because of them, but like I say, when they do a proper music video, it's an experience. It's really, really, really cool. And if I'm honest, I think this personally may have been the hindrance of BSB TV, because a lot of people like, if I'm going to put it on there, I'm going to put a video to it. And what can we do? Let's put a live video to it. And by doing that, maybe that hurt the song a little bit. I don't know. But the song itself is fucking great. You know, it really, really is. And it's, and like, don't be afraid. Like, it's a good shout to say, bands, don't be afraid to give us visualizers, lyric videos, still images. If you haven't got a visual ready, and you know, we will play it. You know, we love playing stuff like that. Look at the Rumorin track, it was a still image. We played it. We played the lyric videos. It's something, but still, I mean, I love Haunter. I think they're a great band. I think they've got a lot of promise, and they're doing something that's really, really cool. And I love that you said straight away, Blasko said that they're not on formula, which is important, and I think it makes them stand out. So that, really cool. Danny, give me a final word.
Yeah, you know I love Haunter. I think they've got something really cool about them. And I think in comparison to some of their other music videos, like, this doesn't do them the justice that they deserve. And I mean it when I say Blasko. If you saw one of their other music videos, you would be absolutely blown away, because the amount that they put into it, of like the effort, the lighting, the aesthetic, the style, just everything is there that you would possibly want to be there. They've got it. But, you know, track-wise, this was equal parts melodic and epic. Every Haunter track is always like a visual spectacle as well as an audio treat. And I think that with, like, when you look at sound-wise and sonically here, it was like a mixture of like Avenged Sevenfold and a little bit of Creeper, which are, you know, two really good audiences to hit, in my opinion. So, awesome.
Days. Thank you, by the way, Register Mason, for the follow. We appreciate you. Next, then, we're going to do a Blossom Session. So, Blossom Sessions is a completely different thing. It's going to be a completely different style of music to anything you're going to hear tonight. Blasko, thank you as well so much to Hollow as well for the sub as well. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
3 months as well. Thank you. But yeah, so with the Blossom Sessions, basically what they are is bands or artists take their track. They go to a studio in Pittsburgh and they record a different version of the song. Now, a lot of the time that will be they'll kind of tone that down with like you know, acoustic guitar instead of lead or anything like that. But they just reimagine the track in such a wonderful way. Everybody that comes onto our show, we play every Blossom Sessions. We're partnered up with Blossom Media, and they are a fantastic team. Ali and the team do such a wonderful job, and have done some crazy good videos. I haven't watched this one yet because I just haven't had a chance to. But let's see what we get. This is Lucy Ludwig with Sedated.
Feeling so high, too high, so high, oh my.
I don't even know why,
But I lose words when you walk by, oh my, no lie.
Too high.
Oh, she decided ain't related. Homies is mad and ladies stay jaded. Shipping out a car, got a motherfucker faded.
When you in my arms, I'm feeling
I'm feeling so high, too high, so high, oh my.
I don't even know why,
But I lose words when you walk by, oh my, no lie.
Too high.
Oh, she decided ain't related. Homies is mad and ladies stay jaded. Shipping out the car, got a motherfucker fading.
When you in my arms, I'm fully sedated.
Truth is, we both know I can't live without you, breathe without you. I just love everything that you do. I got the smoke and the drink.
What you wanna get into?
The things you do unexplainable, but it ain't no words for incredible. I ain't seen no hate, it's invisible, but we taking this world.
Feel invincible.
Turn up the music, let's see how you ride. You got some girlfriends, I said they could slide, but when I got plans, you know I gotta hide.
Cause it's only for you and I say that with pride.
Beauty at the max and plus she a vibe. Shit too perfect, gotta do right. So girl, what's the move? You know it's your night, don't care what it is.
Long as you by my side.
I'm feeling so high, too high, so high, oh my.
I don't even know why,
But I lose words when you walk by, oh my, no lie.
Too high.
Oh, she decided ain't related. Homies is mad and ladies stay jaded. Shipping out the car, got a motherfucker faded.
When you in my arms, I'm fully
I'm feeling
sedated.
so high, too high, so high, oh my.
I don't even know why,
But I lose words when you walk by, oh my, no lie.
Too high.
Oh, she decided ain't related. Homies is mad and ladies stay jaded. Shipping out the car, got a motherfucker faded.
When you in my arms, I'm fully sedated.
And with all due respect, I know that we just met, but I could be your Romeo
And you could be my Juliet.
forever love, even after that. Gonna be no work, no problem, no sweat. Why don't you shit down? I can rub your neck if you wanna fall back.
I'll be a safety net.
And we both know nothing will ever tear us apart. We both know I always find your heart. We knew that this was love from the start. Wish they would.
Fuck you, thought.
They just mad that I found my spot. They just mad that I'm keeping it high. Really out here trying to get it to stop.
But how can they when we chilling
Man,
at
I'm
the
feeling
top?
so high, too high, so high, oh my.
I don't even know why,
But I lose words when you walk by, oh my, no lie.
Too high.
Oh, should decided ain't related. Homies is mad and ladies stay jaded. Shipping out the car, got a motherfucker faded.
When you in my
And
arms,
you
I'm
know
fully
I'm feeling
sedated.
so high, too high, so high, oh my.
I don't even know why,
But I lose words when you walk by, oh my, no lie.
Too high.
Oh, should decided ain't related. Homies is mad and ladies stay jaded. Shipping out the car, got a motherfucker faded. When you in my arms, I'm fully sedated.
I'm fully.
Okay. Thank you.
There we are. This week's Blossom session from Lucy Ludwig. That was really, really cool. I think it's Lucy. It's Lucci. Like, could it be
I would say Lucy.
Lucy? I don't know. Anyway, really, really cool. You know, if you're ever in the Pittsburgh area, get in touch with Blossom Media because these sessions are fantastic. And this is up there as one of my favourite ones as well, which I said last time as well. Like, they just seem to just get better and better and better. And the team are doing a phenomenal job at making these just a product that's really, really cool, and for bands and artists to use and get like different versions of their tracks out for a really, really, really good price as well. So yeah, hit them up. It's amazing, the project is. So we've got 4 more tracks to go. We are going to be on screen for these last 4 for you. So we are going to be back. You are going to see us. I wanted to ask really quickly before we go into the next track though, Blasko, other than, because obviously I'm assuming backstage Black Veil Brides at Warped Tour. Anyone? Who else did you see on this weekend's Warped Tour?
That was it.
Was it actually?
I'm old, man. I'm too old to, be hanging out at a Warped Tour. So
I don't know. I mean, we're all getting older. Like
Yeah. But I know I actually saw no other bands.
Wow, that do you know what? End of that. Yeah, that's fine. Dark Cavalry, by the way, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate you, and thanks for the chat.
Thank you.
Props on this show. I love any and all avenues for people to find new music. Great job, guys. Thank you so much. I saw as well on Black Veil Brides. I saw a brilliant like viral video of Andy yesterday, I think it was, where he's like, there's these 2 girls. I don't know if you've seen, Blasko, you may have seen it, Danny. I don't know if you have. These 2 girls talking about Black Veil Brides, and one girl's like, I love them, I still listen to them. And this other girl's like, oh, well, I used to like them, but aren't they the guys that wear all the makeup and do this? Andy walks out, and he's just like really sad,
yeah.
And then it shows her the new song, and she's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And he just walks away, does this little I can't remember what he does exactly, but it's this really nice facial expression afterwards, like, fucking won him over. I just think it's brilliant. And do you know what those guys have had? I mean, I think at some point most people in this chat will have to say they gave Black Veil Brides a hard time for something, and they've just persevered and continued and become this absolute beast that is why they're still relevant today. It's why they're still popular today, and why while there's other bands falling at the wayside or aren't able to compete, Black Veil Brides are still just absolutely skyrocketing. So kudos to them.
Huge amount of resilience and power behind that band. Massive respect.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a journey. It's been challenging at times, but yeah, it is a testament to perseverance, sticking it out, just staying motivated, staying attached to the vision of what it is, and it's that. But yeah, it feels like that Warped Tour was a real pivotal moment in the band's career, because they've been a band for like 16 years now. Their first record came out 15 years ago, and not many bands get that far. And fucking even the Beatles didn't get that far.
10 years, Beatles.
Yeah. So, but it kind of felt like it really connected that night on that sort of Warped Tour stage, which is kind of really where it all started. So it was really emotional, I think, to kind of see that happening in real time and stuff. But yes, thank you for noticing. It was a fun show, but yes, unfortunately, I saw no other bands that night.
And that does also lead me. You've just mentioned the Beatles. Danny's probably shaking his head. I'm a huge Beatles fan. Like, I am absolutely. I'm born in the wrong era. Like, I should have been born ready to party in the 60s with the Beatles. I know that seems crazy, but I just adore them, and I've studied so much fucking about how they did what they did, why they did what they did, the personalities of the bands. I'm basically a teenage girl in the 60s, secretly, is what I'm trying to say. But one of my favorite clips that I've seen, I watch too much on my phone. Like, I normally stand at the back door before I go to bed, and I'll be scrolling on my phone, I was claiming I'm getting fresh air, I'm having a cigarette. But I saw this clip, and the late and amazing Ozzy Osbourne gets to meet Paul McCartney. Have you seen that? Blasko?
Yes.
And where he just is literally goes from being Ozzy, the absolute legend, to Ozzy, the biggest fanboy I've ever. He's so adorable in this video, right? He literally, he's like, Paul, it's so wonderful to meet you, man. And like, it's just like Paul McCartney's like, and you, and they hug, and I was just like, oh.
That's super wholesome.
It really is. And I know we mentioned Ozzy. I want to mention Ozzy to you, Blasko, because I know obviously a big part of your career, and someone that I think I love how many people have stories about Sabbath, about Ozzy, you know, from fans to musicians to anyone in the music industry that's had the privilege of doing anything Ozzy Osbourne related. My only proper memory is breaking into download. Shouldn't say this on, I've said this before on stream, so I'm not worried, but shouldn't say it on stream. I broke into download to watch, it was 2012, I got to see Black Sabbath, I got to see The Prodigy, I got to see Devin Townsend, I got to see Metallica, like it was, but Black Sabbath was the bucket list, like, you know, band, like, getting to see Sabbath, you know, like, and I get to see Ozzy, and it was just, yeah, absolutely mind-blowing. And I think all of us within this space have some form of story.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone in the industry who in some way hasn't felt the impact of his legacy, and you know, he's truly iconic.
Yeah, definitely. And Blasko, obviously, you'll have more memories than I think you could put in a massive tin, you know, of things that happened with Ozzy. And yeah, I just think it's awesome that you had such a great career with him. And I'm sorry for the loss for you and for everybody, you know, because Ozzy was just, I don't think there'll ever be another Ozzy Osbourne, will there? Like,
No, absolutely not. No,
and
absolutely not.
Adore him, absolutely, like, love him. But yeah, so next up then, going back to normal proceedings, we have Weather with the Serpent. Andrew Barris says, beautiful chord progression on the chorus, mega catchy hook, great clean and harsh vocal, fantastic guitar work, great arrangement, couldn't agree more. I love this track. Oh, Weather. Danny, we've obviously played Weather before. We really like Weather.
We have.
This feels like a step up, like in a really nice way. And that's no stink on anything else they've done, because I really, really like them. But that was a big, big song for me. Like that didn't feel like it was trying to be someone up here. It felt like it was ready to be someone up here. I think the dual vocals worked extremely well, like they always do with this band. But yeah, that was big. The video was cool as well. Just nice, simple idea, and it's not something it shouldn't be. It's everything it needs to be. And yeah, big chorus again, something that I'm a sucker for with this like style of music. And I don't even want to compare it to someone, because I think that they're up there now. I think that was a really big song. Blasko, what did you think?
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I suppose that the thing that makes it unique is they've got a female vocalist that is a secondary vocalist, which I don't know that I've ever seen before. Because like say like Lacuna Coil, they have 2 vocalists, right? But in this instance, the other vocalist plays guitar. So you'd almost kind of, if you didn't know, you'd think that she's the main vocalist and that he just plays guitar and sings backups. But it's kind of different, right? She's just kind of standing around waiting for a moment for like the chorus to sing, and then she sings, but the dude sings all the rest of the stuff. So I can't say that I remember seeing that before. But overall, I don't know that it goes far beyond anything of, say, that sort of metalcore genre. Like it doesn't really bring anything new to the table other than a female vocal. So I don't know. I think I was just indifferent about it.
See, I think for me on this one, and I just personally think that these guys, I feel like not everybody's out there trying to reinvent the wheel on every song, and I think that sometimes, because I feel sometimes if you do that, you're going to make a square wheel, and I think that bands are a little bit cautious of having that moment. But for me, if you're gonna do a sound, make it as good as what's already out there, because that's how people are gonna go, oh, okay, There's a lot of bands where I listen to, and even I'm gonna use pop punk as an example. So many bands try and be Blink-182, and they do feel a little bit like you've got on Temu and you've got Blink-182, and that's just how they are. So you're not really going to go and listen to them when Blink-182 are out there. But with Weather, I feel like this sound, it is metalcore, and I think it's unapologetic in that sense. But I feel that it's as strong as what else is out there in the metalcore world. It's different to stuff like Bad Omens, I Prevail, that are up right at to me, I can't even just call them metalcore anymore, because of what they're doing they're very experimental in a very clever way. But there's a lot of bands that these guys would compete with, and touring bands that are out there touring all the time, and even stuff like Alasana and stuff like that are still out there touring. These guys would fit wonderfully well on that bill. And I think that you could stack their music up quite nicely with them. But I also appreciate where you're coming from. And I'm always looking for bands to break that mold. And when I hear it, I'm always like, oh, shit, this hasn't been done before, But I feel like it's really difficult to try and think that outside of the box without it sounding like a mess, if that makes sense. I think that's where it gets really difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Danny, go give me a final word.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a huge step up for them, and I feel like they hold their own against a lot of the heavyweights in the genre with this one. The last track that we had from them gave me very much kind of My Chemical Romance vibes, which I know I said at the time. This was more of a departure and more towards a heavier kind of Evanescence.
This was
which
heavier
I really
for
liked.
them.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought the screams were super hard hitting, and they really cut across the mix. The melodic cleans were awesome. They obviously had some great harmonies in there. It's awesome track.
Right, we're in the final 3. This is, I know I'm going to say it wrong. Atria. But Danny, you say Artria.
Artria, it's Artria, Atria.
Someone let me know in chat.
Someone
this
correct
is
us.
Atria with Pathogens. Neon Captain, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you.
I love it when a story comes into the video subtly and it's not overbearing. The main point is the band. The performance, by the way, was phenomenal in that video. I really enjoyed it. But there's a nice little subtle story undertone that is just flowing all the way through. It's giving you some extra visuals. It's getting creative. I thought that was really cool when they did the eyes and it was they met and it was I just thought that was wicked. And then the red came into it, which is always a nice color to put in. The track itself, I thought, well, for a start, I wanted to quit singing after that vocal because that clean, the clean vocal, especially. You know what? Like, this is going to sound really wild, but he could legitimately be Bruno Mars to some extent. Like, he had the ability to do a Bruno Mars style vocal. And I think sometimes we're really blessed when you get a singer like that that's taken the dark path instead of gone down the pop route or anything like that. Because you get a really nice vocal.
Heavy Bruno Mars.
Heavy Bruno Mars. I think they've never been called that. First time you've ever been called Bruno Mars core. But it's, yeah, I really fucking liked it. Like, Dakota is the name of the person. By the way, Dakota is like one of my favorite names. Like, if I have any more kids, I want to call them Dakota, boy or girl. Like, I don't care. I love the name Dakota. So that is an extra brownie point from me. But yeah, in America, do you guys say brownie points for stuff, or is that just a really British thing that yeah?
Oh,
okay, no, I'm letting myself off on that. I thought I went full on. See, Blasko, I spent half my life in America, so when I do stuff, I always question it, like, because my partner lives there. And yeah, there's certain things, like last week with our good friend Brendan from WXTHER, I was saying squeaky bum time. Now, there we go. Squeaky bum time basically means like you're a bit tense. Yeah. Yeah. Like, and it's something's really intense, and you're like, I don't know what's going to happen here. It's squeaky bum time. It's a soccer term mainly that normally at the end of the game when it's 1-0 to one of the teams and the other team's on the attack. Squeaky bum time, because if they score, it's, you know. I use it for everything, and I realise that I've got a lot of these Britishisms that I say, and I'm like, do they even make sense to anyone other than people on these shores? But yeah, really, really enjoyed the track. Really liked the video. Blasko, what did you think?
Like so far, so these guys and Heartsick stand out in a way to where they're really great musicians. Their music is really well produced, very well executed, and both those bands the songs that we listened to today are at the level of, say, that the bands that they're in a genre with, right? To where you could put these up against anything in their genre and there's nothing that sounds drastically different about it. My issue with this is that the song felt a little linear and it felt a little predictable. I get frustrated whenever you have a band of seemingly really good musicians, but they don't showcase any of it other than the singer. And then the singing is a lot of like lofty, melodic, just swaying in the breeze kind of stuff that isn't necessarily all that impactful. It's like, it's almost kind of like, I get you can sing, but like, I also can tell that the dudes can play, and I'd almost rather hear a better or a more flushed out mix of that, right? Because it's like, what's the thing that you're gonna attach yourself to? Like, are you gonna buy this band's t-shirt because the singer is so great? No.
I was gonna literally butt in and say yes.
No, I mean, like, I'm not saying that he's a bad singer, but he's just, there's nothing new. Once again, I feel like a broken record. There's nothing new being brought to the table here, right? And I just feel like production is so great, musicianship is so great. It's a real missed opportunity to not showcase some of the musicianship. If the vocals can be as soaring and well executed as they are, why not challenge yourself a little bit and showcase some of the musicianship to complement that, so that at least it's a little bit more interesting, right? Because it's like vocal to vocal, like you're not going to compete. Like, here's my issue, generally speaking. In the playlist generation, whenever all music is free, if you're talking about a specific genre like hard rock and heavy metal, I feel like that's like an angry, assertive type of person that's kind of trying to work out some emotions with, internally, right? And if you wanna sing along to a good song, you have access to Bruno Mars, you have access to The Weeknd, right? You have access to Charlie XCX, right? Like, you have access to all these things that for all likelihood is quote unquote great music, popular music, right? Whenever I was growing up, it was before free music, right? And you financially had to make a commitment to Metallica or Madonna, right? Like, you couldn't be both. You were a subculture of a type of person that related to one or the other. And because you had to buy music, and then you had to make a commitment. Now, these kids in playlist generation, you could see their playlists are very eclectic, and they're curated in such a way to where they're like, I like the heavy stuff and I like the popular stuff. And you can be both things now and not be criticized for it,
do
right?
you think, Blasko, really quickly on this, because I love this point, and I've thought about this a lot, and I think that we are programmed, because a lot of us still, I mean, I'm not as young as I look, but like, I remember being in my case, it was stuff like, I remember I had the choice between, I can't remember what band it was, I think it might have been The Calling, which is really embarrassing, or Shaggy as a CD, and I picked Shaggy because I've had that song, it wasn't me on it, and I thought it was fucking like hilarious. But like, do you think that we're still programmed to, if we're writing 10 songs, we want the one with the catchiest hook, the shortest time, that is just getting straight to our point, as the single with the video, and the other 9 tracks are like album tracks? Because I wonder if that's still a thing.
It isn't, because, and it isn't because I'll tell you why. If you're doing that, if you're like, oh, we have to have the catchy mainstream style song, what would be the intention behind that? Like, who's the audience for that? Where is it gonna go? Right? Like, do you know how much it costs to get like a #1 at Active Rock Radio? It's like $100,000. Like, so do you have the budget to propel this thing in the top 10 at Active Rock Radio, where you might find an audience that might appeal to something that's more melodic and less heavy, right? Or are you gonna kind of appeal more towards a subgenre of people that really just want heavy, aggressive music? Because I'll tell you, like, from my perspective, what I see people talking about is like, oh, that song's so heavy. It's heavy. Oh, it's brutal. It's heavy. Is it good? I don't know. It's heavy. Like, good is irrelevant, right? Like, good is The Weeknd, right? Good is Drake. Good is all these popular things. Good is Taylor Swift, right? But like, that's its own thing. If we want this, we want heavy, or we want technical, right? Like, I can tell that these dudes are like technically proficient. Like, be a magician, man. Like, wow me, you know, play some stuff that's gonna make me go like, whoa, okay, these guys practiced, you know, these guys got chops. Like, all this song unfortunately showcases to me is that the singer can sing. But
damn, can he sing well? Sorry, I can't. I love his voice. I'm just going to bring that up again, just because Dakota, you've got a wonder. Yeah, I sorry. I just get every time you mention it like that he can sing, I'm going to have to say it. But no, I understand exactly where you're coming from.
He does sing well, but I guess my point is what's the point of that? Like, who's the audience for this? Like, who listens to just melodic hard rock tinged with metal? Like, who's the audience for that? You know, like, I don't see something like that going over very well at festivals.
Have you, I mean, when I said I go to America, I spent a lot of time in Oklahoma. That's all they play on the radio if it's not country. They seriously, like, Oklahoma radio. But
no, you're totally right. You're totally right. And that's my point is if you're going to write a song like that, the intent of this is to get on the radio. Do you have a budget of $100,000 to get you on the radio? Because you don't just get on the radio because your song is built for radio. You got to pay to play. That's just the reality.
Danny, can you give me a final word on the track?
Yeah, I thought they have a huge sound. I want to give a massive shout out to Mike from Isekai as well for sending these our way. Really appreciate it, man, because it's a really cool discovery to make. The mix was super tight on this one. They've got great energy and feel throughout, and visually I thought was really impressive as well. And the cleans, like you mentioned, Ben, just absolutely insane. The range that guy has is just phenomenal. So I've got to give him props for that.
So I'm just literally loading up because I just had a bit of a techie glitch, but there we go, we're back. So next up, we've got 2 tracks to go. This is All Black Horizon with Retribution. Someone in the chat, Stimmer guy said major black belt vibe bribes, and I've got to admit vocally, 100%. He does so much, Adept, so much.
What the effing fuck was that?
I'll walk this path with determination and grace, seeking forgiveness, leaving no trace. I'll cure the sins of my past. I'll find my way. In this journey of redemption, I'll never stray.
Right, I'm just going to start this off by saying wow, because that's a solo project for a start.
Yeah, that is really cool.
That did give me Black Veil Brides vibes, which I know was a big inspiration to the track. And he said as well, like, he wanted to like honor, you know, Black Veil Brides whilst trying to be unique at the same time, which is again a really difficult thing to do. I absolutely think you've nailed it. Like, I love this song. That was huge. It sounded like something that I would have vibed heavily to in the sort of early 2010s, but I'm still vibing a lot to now as well. And that's really cool because it's got a nostalgia feel whilst also feeling really current. And yeah, I love it.
Still feels fresh. Yeah.
And lyric video had a little bit more, it was a bit more chaotic than the other lyric videos we've had tonight. But I'm not gonna criticize that in any way. I loved it. I think from start to finish, everything about that on point for me. And yeah, you've just made a big fan out of me because to do that as a solo project is insane. I also think as well, I always sit there and think solo projects. I know, like, me and Danny co-write things together all the time, and we always go back and forth on things. And I kind of feel like if I did everything as a solo artist, I'd probably end up arguing with myself somehow. And I need Danny there to make me seem sane when I do it. But Blasko, yeah, exactly. Blasko, what did you think?
I really liked it. I just wish that the production was a little bit, you know, more kind of current sounding.
Yeah.
I think if the execution and the production was at the level of the strength of the song, that would have resonated a little bit better. But the song is really good. I just wish the execution and the production was at the level that I think the song is. But overall, it was pretty cool. It did remind me of Black Veil Brides, which is kind of funny.
And you know what's really nice about that is I got the same feeling I got when I first heard like Knives by Black Veil Brides, and that feeling I got like, oh, I'm listening to something really fucking cool, and that made me feel that way. And there's always there's an emotion that comes back. Like, I remember like some of my favorite bands. I remember listening to them for the first time. Like Say Anything as a great example. One of my favorite like alternative bands. And I remember discovering them on a My Chem. It was like songs that influenced this CD. And I remember listening to Alive with the Glory of Love. And I went, holy shit, who are these guys? Like, this is something, you know. And there was an emotion there. And I had that with Black Veil Brides. And that same emotion I had with them was the same emotion I just had throughout that. And I found myself just cracking little smiles throughout the track. And I just think that's awesome. Danny, give me a final word.
Yeah, I think that's really awesome, especially when you consider that it is a solo project. I agree with you.
It's a solo project from who?
From, wait, it's his name. And do you know who is it? Who's the solo project from, Danny? I just know. Hang on, I'm just trying to go through the chat.
Meaning, is he a solo project? He's a dude from another band.
That's a good question.
Oh.
Yeah, that is a good question. I don't know. I just know it's his solo project that he's doing on his own. That is, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys as well. 100% get the Black Veil Brides influence. That very clearly comes through. But also, interestingly, I think vocally, at times, he sort of goes a little bit into like Charlie Simpson territory, like range-wise and tonally. Like I could hear that a little bit on the fight style side of things. Really tight instrumentation, and I enjoyed the cool little like speaking narrative at the end as well. I thought it was a nice touch to the track. So yeah, awesome.
I didn't mean to cue the playlist up this way, but I'm glad that it ended like this. This is At Water with Departure. And that's his debut, by the way, the previous track as a musician. Debut song. Crazy. Is there any need to just put the ocean on there for a split second and give my fucking phobia, like, the ick, just for a second? Seriously, you know? Wow. What a way.
Wow.
Departure, the name of the song. And a lovely way to end stream as well. This is such a good stream tonight. The bands have all been just on that like heavier side that I really enjoy. It's amazing when you get like a pop punk guest on. You get like, as you can imagine, Blasko, all the submissions are very pop punk-esque. And it's so nice when we can get to do more metalcore and stuff like that as well, because we love it. I love the fact it was a live video as well. I feel like you've got really good energy, and you can see what this is going to be like seeing these guys live. I love the color choice as well of the overlay, which I thought was really, really nice. And just, when someone can go guttural like that, I'm so fucking jealous, because I wish I could do it like that. You know, it just sounds so effortless and amazing, absolutely amazing. Blasko, what did you think?
Question: was he wearing a Linkin Park shirt?
I saw it. Yeah.
Okay. I just think that's.
If I'm just muted, I can hear him. I don't know if anyone else can hear it. My son is having a blast singing a song that I don't know what it is, and I can hear it. He's in his room, and I can hear him. So he's singing that loud. I will be right back.
All good, man.
He was wearing a Linkin Park shirt, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's cool. That's cool because then, so this was the song with no melodic chorus.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but it's funny because he acknowledges melodic choruses because he's wearing a Linkin Park shirt, right? So I think the dichotomy of that is kind of funny, because usually someone like this would be wearing like a Dying Fetus shirt instead, just to show that they're cred, you know. But I like the fact that he's like, I acknowledge that I know what melodic metal is, but that's not what we do, right? I think that's rather than the obvious choice of acknowledging that I'm down with guttural brutal deathcore by wearing a guttural brutal deathcore band's shirt, you know. So like, I think that's cool. I like the commitment. These kind of things, like as a musician, always kind of make me chuckle a little bit, because especially from the drummer standpoint, like actually any of it, but from the drummer standpoint, I'm like, how do you know where you are in this? Because I'm a person, and even all these songs, all the other songs on this list, it kind of follows a general sense of a formula of like intro, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, like, you know, kind of similar. And me, like with all the Zombie songs or Ozzy songs or Prong songs or Danzig songs or whatever that I've ever played in my life, it's, if you know the song, it's all relatively easy to understand the dynamic of what the structure is, right? Like you're never really all that terribly confused. Like, you know, a chorus is coming up, right? You know, a bridge is coming up. And granted, I've been fortunate enough to play in bands that have very popular songs that I had nothing to do with. But the point of it is you kind of always know where you are. Whereas like if I was a musician growing up today that had to be in a band like this, I always think it's funny, because I would be like, my brain doesn't compute music that I don't understand what the verse and the chorus is. You know what I mean? And but I'm very impressed by it. But this was really good. I like that they committed to being this brutal. I felt that even though it wasn't overly dynamic, that I understood their perspective. I understood where they were coming from. I understood what they were trying to say. The production was great. The execution was great. The musicianship was great, especially the drummer. I really liked it.
Cool. Happy days. Danny, give me a final word.
I thought that was absolute fucking chaos, but the best kind of chaos.
Yeah.
Tasty riffs, guttural demonic screams, a really cool video, great lighting and aesthetic throughout that as well, and ending the show on a high, I think. 100%.
Blasko, we're going to let you go, but before we let you go, we're going to get you to give us your industry pick. So whenever you're ready, have you got your industry pick for the week?
I do. So my favorite song that I thought has the most potential to be something that could elevate and get noticed was Rin Rin. That the song was my favorite song. However, there is a bit of a coin toss between Heartsick and Atwater from my industry pick. But I'm going with Heartsick because the execution was top notch, musicianship was top notch. But why I'm going with them over Atwater is because their video was equally as cohesive as everything else. Like, they were the only band that had the complete package today, that I felt was executed on the highest level at all touch points. So industry pick, Heartsick, Debt to Pay.
Amazing. Blasko,
Awesome.
we are going to let you go because we've kept you for your 2 hours, but thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute privilege and honor to have you with us. We're super stoked for everything you've got going on. I mean, yeah, there's just so much. You must be busy all the time, so thanks for squeezing us in.
Of course, appreciate it.
And there'll be an industry pick. We'll go out over the weekend with a little comment from you about Heartsick. I might even just make the comment about the drummer doing the doing the vocal. But yeah, that will go out over the weekend. But thank you so much. Is there anything you want to shout out before you go?
No, man, thanks for having me. I totally appreciate it, and this was really fun. And
amazing.
Wow, I gotta say, compliment to opening my eyes to how much great underground music there is. Like, all these bands, like, I wish them all the best, and I hope they stick it out. I feel like there's a lot of potential with the majority of this stuff, and so I'm curious to kind of see where it's all going to go. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on a few of these things. I'm really curious. So, but yeah, man, this was awesome.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much, and yeah, all the best. Take care.
Thank you,
Appreciate it, guys.
Blasko.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Bye.
And we are, there we go. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just setting up really quickly. Before we finish, we're going to do our track of the week. I just wanted to very quickly, because I know a lot of you in the audience were getting a little bit almost upset, I guess, with Blasko's comments, and I understand completely. I also really appreciate where he's coming from. He's giving criticism because it's something that he's seeing. But just remember, the key thing, and I've said it so many times tonight, music is completely subjective. What somebody doesn't enjoy, someone else will. There's a reason why these are the 9 tracks that we've put on this stream tonight. You're all fucking amazing. Every single one of these bands deserves to be here. Every single one of you has an amazing amount of talent and every chance of being so successful in a very difficult industry, and I absolutely love every single one of you, so thank you. And I just wanted to make sure that we do track of the week, where we do it old-fashioned, Danny, where it's me and you. So with that, without further ado, let me just move us over to, I just need to very quickly go onto the other page and make sure I'm set on that before I do anything. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Sorry. So I'm just going to move us over so you guys can see how the semi-finals are going to work. And then we will do how the final will work as well. So as you can see, there is 2 semi-finals today. Semi-final 1 is between Winterwell, Atria, All Black Horizon and Heartsick. Semi-final 2 is between 316, Haunter, Atwater, Rin Rin and Weather. The top 2 bands will go through to the final. Okay. Now the way this works, you use channel points to vote. They are free of charge. Okay. You are not being charged for your channel points. Okay. You earn them just by watching us, basically, but you can vote using them. Please do not vote more than 10 times or all of your points will be null and void. Okay. The reason we do that is because we don't want people to, overvote and basically, anyone that's got tens of thousands to put them into this. We want it to be as fair as possible. So do not vote more than 10 times per round, all right? So you can have 1 minute to vote on each round. Semi-final 1, as a reminder, is between Winterwell, Atria, All Black Horizon and Heartsick. Your 1 minute to vote will start when I hit this button. It will appear on your chat. There'll be a button that says, it's purple, it says vote. You'll see it, it will go across your chat, okay? That starts now. So let me just move you back over to background music. Yeah, so get those votes in. I can just keep an eye on it. I always keep an eye on it on my phone. I can see that votes are coming in as well. Remember, guys, top 2 bands will go through to the final. If you cannot see the vote, refresh your page. It will be on there, I promise. I can see it on all of my devices, so I know it's working. How's your day going, Danny?
Well, it's been chaotic, that's for sure. What a bucket list moment tonight has been, though. So that's been super cool. And the talent, as always, has been completely off the chain, as it always is, week on week on week. You guys continue to absolutely blow me and Dan away, and what you bring to the table is incredible. What all of you bring to the table is
thank you for
phenomenal.
everybody doing it. And we can't always tell you what the guest is going to say, so we can't sit there and say that you're going to have a guest absolutely big you up all the time. It's just something we can't promise. And I wish we could, but it's everybody, and this is why we love it, because it is unpredictable. You know, and that's the enjoyment of it. You don't know. And what I love was at the end, Blasko said that all you bands are how great you are. It's like he's picking on things because it's kind of like how he's critiquing, it's how he wants, you know, how he's looking at it. So yeah, everybody's got their own opinion. So semi-final one, going through to the final, just double checking, is All Black Horizon and Winterwell. Now, just a reminder, anyone who makes it through to the final will be featured on our top 5 bands you need to hear video, which will go out over the weekend. It also will include Heartsick as well, because they're the industry pick. But going through to the final is All Black Horizon and Winterwell. Let me just make a note of that, because otherwise I will forget. Danny, you're right to take over. Just why I set up semi-final 2.
Yep, absolutely. So I just wanted to let everyone know, if you guys aren't familiar with who we've got joining us next week, on Monday we are joined by the incredibly talented pop legend that is Mr. Ryan Cabrera.
I thought you were going to say Bruno Mars, then you let me down.
No,
we love Ryan. Ryan, I love you.
Yeah, we love Ryan, and obviously he's got some absolutely incredible accolades to his name. Plus, he also happens to be married to one of the most famous people in the wrestling world, of course, the incredible Alexa
Vince
Bliss.
Vaughn.
So...
Oh, not Vince Vaughn. That's the wrong
Vince
person
Vaughn.
anyway. Vince McMahon. Vince Vaughn. I mean, can you imagine a Vince Vaughn wrestling movie? That'd be great. Vince McMahon.
But he was in Fighting With My Family, so you're not like a million miles off the mark with that.
Dido Electric Girl as well. Thank you so much for the follow. I don't really watch wrestling, so I don't know anyone apart from that. Was just I know that Vince McMahon owned it, didn't he, or something like that? And I know that John Cena's never seen. Anyway, it's like, oh my god, I saw, and this actually made me laugh, Danny. I saw something the other day where The Rock posted something about Hulk Hogan, rest in peace, about him passing away. Someone commented on it, but their name was like, they didn't have a profile picture and they didn't have a name on Twitter. And The Rock replied with it going, I see you, John Cena.
But just before you jump into it, and then on Thursday, we're joined by the absolute legends, and one of my favorite discoveries via TikTok, actually, 408, who are just an incredible band. And we've got Mark Ferrudi joining us, so that is going to be a blast.
100%. Right, semi-final 2 is between Haunter, Atwater, Rin Rin and Weather. Again, please do not vote more than 10 times or your votes will be null and void. You've got 1 minute. That starts now. Get those votes in. It will appear on your chat. It will now say semi-final 2 and there'll be a purple vote button. It looks a little bit like... What?
That.
Just checking. All votes are coming in for everyone. That's what we like. All right, that's a close semi-final already. That's a very close semi-final. Go on, get them in. Get those votes in. I love watching
fascinating watching. I know. We just get transfixed watching because it's fascinating watching them all go up.
You know what? I wonder if I can actually. No, can I? I can tell you straight away. Someone has voted 48 times already, so their votes are null and void. I can check this. I can see the
What,
line
in real time?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I didn't know this. This is amazing. I can call you all out individually. Just to let you know, and there is somebody who has voted a ridiculous amount of time, so their points will have to be null and void. As you guys, they're being shamed in the chat right now, so that does change things ever so slightly. So going through,
sorry guys, but
I'm really sorry. We have to be strict because there's actually multiple people. That's a lot of points that they've lost out on, guys, just because people went over, and we just have to be so mindful of it because it's not fair for, you know, we don't want it to become a popularity contest. We want it to be done fairly on the bands, and when people are voting, it will pop up in the final, I promise. Okay, if it doesn't, I'll get you to do it. Yeah, and they worked 48 times. Oh my fucking god. And there was also someone who voted 28 times and someone who voted 21 times as well. So it does mean going through to the final is Weather and Haunter. Okay. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give 316 the benefit of the doubt. Okay. I'm going to put them in the final because it was close in the end. So they've got another chance, even with the points deduction. Okay. Yep. So I'm putting them through to the final. Okay, so there's going to be a 5-team final, but only the top 4 will make it into the 5 bands you need to hear. Only the winner will make it through to Track of the Month next week, along with the industry pick. Okay, we clear?
We're clear.
Are we good? So I'm just going to set up. I'm also going to make the final, because some people have said that there's only 1 or 2 people that said they can't see the vote. I'm going to make the final 2 minutes long, Danny, just because sometimes we do that. If people are having issues, it means that you can refresh and hopefully it will appear for you. It should appear for everybody. It just, if you sometimes join at different points, it can take a moment to pop up. Give me 2 seconds because I'm just setting up. Right, so the final, okay, your last chance to vote. Please don't vote more than 10 times. Danny, say it with me. 10 times. We'll do it together. 3, 2, 1, 10.
10 times.
Go to bed. He needs a...
It was coming, see?
Yes, you're voting. So that's a really good question. Adept, yeah, your votes start again. So you can vote 10 times now. It's 10 times from now, okay? So you can vote for at least, well, a maximum of 10 times in each round. So track of the week is between All Black Horizon, Winterwell, Weather, Haunter, and 316. You are going to have 2 minutes to vote. Please don't vote more than 10 times. That starts now, all right? But yeah. You can see it there. It says new poll, track of the week, vote. Please refresh your stream if it doesn't appear, because yeah, it's important that you do that because that will make it work basically. But yeah, so good.
10 times, guys.
How many times, Danny?
10.
And he's a dick. He's so fucking mean to me.
He makes me sick. Only let me vote 10 times. I wanted to vote 12, but Danny wrecked my world. And he is a mean old man.
And I can't think of anything.
I'm going to replace him with Sam from Forever a Phase. I should have done the Forever a Pop Punk band, but it says Pop Punk. We need a Ben is mean to Sapphire, but it doesn't exist. I treat you like royalty in here, Sapphire. I talk about you in such a positive way all the time, and this is the thanks I get. Danny will vouch for me on that. I do talk about you. I have quite a high opinion of you. But you know what? If you're going to be mean to me in the chat, I feel it. Guys, you've got less than a minute to vote. I am going to do a quick... I just... The power of being able to check this is crazy. I didn't realise I could real-time check it.
That is pretty cool.
I can already tell you people have gone over, just to let you know.
No. But the all-important question is, does it change things up, or does it not?
It's close.
It's all going to come down to the number.
Yeah, I'm having a look now. It's close.
That's very true, Hoodie. Well. Where the Haunter is so good. Incredible band.
Incredible votes. People. 2 votes. Separated it. Yeah.
Wow.
Can I just also appreciate, right? She's at work, and Hypersloth, my missus, has voted. Fair play to her, because she listens while she's at work, and I've just seen her vote.
That's impressive.
I could. The thing is, it's funny because I can then sit there and go, I know who your favourites are. Although I am going to call her out right now. 2, 4, 5. Oh no, I'm not going to call her out. She voted 9 times. She liked everyone in the final. She voted a little bit on everyone. That's really sweet.
That's cool.
I like that. That was really cute. Right, so let me just refresh because I don't know if it does update that bit. Right, so in 5th place we had Winterwell. 4th place we had, actually that's where I've got to do, give me a second guys because I do have to do that adjudication really quick. So in 5th place we had Winterwell. 4th place we had All Black Horizon. 3rd place we had 316. 2nd place, missing out by just 2 points, we had Haunter. So our track of the week, and that's crazy how close that was, goes to Weather. So huge congratulations to Weather. You'll be going through to our track of the month extravaganza, which is happening next Tuesday at 8 PM UK time. You'll be joining Heartsick, who Blasko's industry pick. Danny's already told you what we got going on next week. We're ready to get a nightcap and do a debrief meeting now. But thanks to everybody that is tuned in. You guys have been amazing, and I absolutely adore every single fucking one of you in the chat that has just been so patient with us tonight and so appreciative of the situation we had. I understand some people weren't happy with some of the comments made, but I hope that me and Danny made up for it a little bit. That was the cheesiest thing I've done all day. Danny will do an Ahigo face to everyone to make up for it. There we go. How about that? Go on, Danny.
No, I'm not doing that.
Sorry. I tried. That's 2 people that let everyone down tonight, Danny. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone that's tuned in. We will see you next week where we got Ryan Cabrera on the Monday. And I've already forgotten who's coming up on Thursday. Oh, 408. Okay, fucking hell.
Mark Brody.
And we're on Tuesday. Legend. Right, Monday, Ryan Cabrera. Tuesday, me and this mug. Thursday, 408. Enjoy. It's going to be a great week. Have a fucking awesome weekend, guys. Peace.